Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw for Insider Travel Report, and I'm here with Rick Barron, Managing Director of Worldwide Accounts for Tauck, and we're here at the Fairmont Chateau, Lake Louise. Now, Rick, this is the kickoff day. We just finished it for one of your really great trips for Tauck, and that's a heli-hiking trip of the Canadian Rockies. And here we are at Lake Louise, and you can see it in the background. Tell me, first of all, just a little bit about this particular trip and why it's so special.
Well, James, today was an awesome day. It's day one. We haven't even really started yet, and we're heading on something called a Bugaboos Adventure, where we'll be taking people who may have spent their lives hiking in the mountains, or people who've never really even seen a mountain from the top down, out to the most amazing mountain range in the world, the Bugaboos and the Purcell mountain ranges. And what makes it so special is it's really only accessible, if you're not a full-on certified Swiss mountain hiker, by helicopter.
So we're all going to get to do helicopters.
So we're all going to be heli-hiking. We'll all be getting up to the Bugaboo Lodge by helicopter, landing our helicopters up in the lodge, having a little bit of lunch, and then taking off for a variety of hikes throughout the mountain range, again, only accessible by helicopter.
Yeah, well, this is the first day. Let's talk about this property, though, here at the Fairmont Chateau, Lake Louise, which is a wonderful hotel, and talk a little bit about what we did today.
Well, today was an amazing day, and I can't stop smiling, so forgive me for that. But, you know, every group is a little bit different. And we brought 36 people into Lake Louise yesterday, and at our Get Acquainted dinner, everyone sort of explained why they were here. And we had two young ladies on tour, and these two young ladies, I won't disclose their age, but they're not much over 30 years old. Their parents had been here about 20 years ago when we first started this program. Well, I'll use the names. It's Aries' birthday, and as part of her celebration, her dad bought this trip for her and her sister. And when asked why, he said, "Look, this has got to be one of those bucket list of places that everybody should do before they can't do it anymore." Right. And so he insisted that his daughters came up here to enjoy this experience while they were young. Now, the interesting thing is that these are two fit young ladies, but they live in New York City. One lives in New York City, the other lives in Queens, which is also New York City. And as fit as they are, and with all of the classes that they take in Manhattan, it's at sea level, and they'd never hiked before. So after lunch today, or actually after we did a little stroll around this lake, we did a little nature walk around the lake, they asked if we could do a little bit of hiking. So we took them up to the Beehive, and I don't know if you can see that big bump up on the mountain, and there's a little saddle to the right of that bump. Well, that's the Beehive. And we're at about 5,000 feet elevation right now, so we're not at sea level. And up about there, it's somewhere around 7,000 feet. And, well, both sisters took off like they were walking through Manhattan. And, you know, we kind of knew that this is a pace that can't last. And pretty soon, the motor started slowing down a little bit. And
it's a little hard going uphill, right?
But the beauty of what we do here is, had they not come with us and had we not been with them, about a third of the way, I guarantee you, they would have turned around and come back and never seen what they came to see. And so, you know, with a little bit of coaching and a little bit of pacing, it was an incredible thing. We got them to continue on, to get up to Mirror Lake, which was the first stop, and that was the first enticement. Mirror Lake is about 2/3 of the way up, and we actually sat out there and had a picnic lunch on Mirror Lake. After we kind of got ourselves composed and the heart rate came down a little bit of acclimation, we made it all the way up to Lake Agnes with a spectacular tea house. The scenes were amazing. The waterfalls are amazing. We got to play with ground squirrels that literally came up and they were eating out of our hands. And after,
so they got an incredible experience out of this just in the first day, right?
And so did we, because, you know, they thanked us, and I said, wait a minute, no, I've got to thank you, because seeing them experience this and seeing the reaction and the feeling of accomplishment of having made it up to Lake Agnes was like the greatest gift that I could have had. I've spent a lot of time in alpine environments, but to see somebody who never hiked before discover the beauty of these mountains and actually push themselves to the point where they felt a little bit over their head but kept on going to get that reward of being up there on the mountain. it's like the greatest gift that I could ever have. And just think, we haven't even started yet.
Well, and that's it. And so you're going to see another number of videos that we're going to do in the next few days. They're going to be sort of day by day of what we're experiencing here in the Canadian Rockies with heli-hiking up to the Bugaboos. And you can hear right away from the very first day, it's sort of an epiphany and a kind of experience that you've never had before.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say? I mean, these mountains speak for themselves, and very, very hard to put it into words, so you've actually got to come out here and see this for yourself. Thanks, James.
Well, Rick, thanks for taking the time, and we'll see more of you in the next few days as we go up to the Bugaboos. Thanks very much.
Thanks, James.
I'm James Shillinglaw for Insider Travel Report.